Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my labor and delivery story, so if you guys want to see that, just stay tuned. Okay, so let's get this started. So I know I hate when I watch videos and they're like, I'm gonna wait to the end to see the baby. Like, no, we came to see the child. We did not come. Well, some people come for the story and some people come just to see the kid, but here is my son. If you guys have not seen him on my Facebook already, here's my son Marcell. Yes. Here's a better look. Oh, your little head. There's a better look at him. He is fucking adorable, and I am in love. I'm obsessed. But yeah, that's my son, Mr. Marcell. I'm gonna keep adjusting my shirt throughout this video because my freaking boobs are huge and they hurt. But anywho, alright, so we're going to start when, hey Lonnie, you need to sit down. We're going to start when I went to my last appointment. So, and if I'm not looking directly into the camera, it's because I'm looking at myself, so yeah. Anyway, so my last appointment was on the, let me see, the 9th, I believe. It was the 8th or the 9th, and they wanted me to go and be induced, and I had showed you guys that in my previous video that I just posted where I was at my doctor's appointment. I was asking her about the membrane sweep, and after that the head came in and checked me, and I was still out of 3, but I was I think like 80%, 70 or I was 70 or 80% effaced. That's what they said, like 70 or 80. And so she's like, if you want, you can just go to the hospital, and she's like, if you want, you can just go to the hospital either today or tomorrow and you can be induced. Because she's on the phone with my doctor, and she's like, I guess because at some point when they were doing my non-stress test, Marcell's heart rate was dropping while I was having contractions. So they didn't like that. So they wanted to just send me to get induced because I was due anyway, you know, within like a few days. And so, Kaylani, get down from there. Kaylani, get down from there. Anyway, so they were like, if you want to, well, she was like, if you want to go to the hospital and be induced, you can, you know, it's all up to you. And she's like, you go either today or tomorrow. And so I chose the next day because I'm like, I'm eager as ever, and I just want to get it over with. So I go in or whatever, and at first they're acting like they didn't know that I was there to be induced, and that was pissing me off so bad because they're like, oh, you're just here for a non-stress test. You're here because you failed your non-stress test and you want to just check on him, make sure he's okay. And I'm like, well, I was told that if I come in today, my doctor can induce me because she'll be here and she'll be available to induce me. And, or not induce me, she's not the one that induced me, she was the one that was going to deliver me. So I'm like, she's available to deliver me this week, so I need to be induced basically. And I'm like, I'm confused on how you guys didn't know that. And so I looked at the paper that she gave me, and on it just said non-stress test, and it said how many weeks I was and everything. I'm like, why would she not put that I was going to be induced on there? So I had to wait and triage, and they were on the phone with my doctor asking her like, okay, what's going on, what do you guys want to do? So she's like, just take her for another ultrasound and see where her fluid is, because in order for me to get induced, I had to, my fluids had to be lower than higher than a 5.8 or something like that, and I was right at a 5.8. And they're like, we want you to be higher in order to be induced. And I'm like, y'all are doing too freaking much. Like, I just want my son out. Like, why are y'all doing all this extra stuff? Like, I came to be induced. Everyone knew that. When I get here, y'all are confused. Like, so she's like, you have to be a 5.8. You have to be higher than a 5.8 in your fluid to get induced or whatever. So I'm like, I'm a 5.8. Just freaking induce me. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point. And so he's dreaming with his eyes open. That was so scary. But she's like, okay, so they sent me for ultrasound. Ultrasound came back perfect. My fluid was still a 5.8, like they said. They want to make sure that they didn't get it wrong with just doing it with their fingers. They want to make sure my fluid was really a 5.8, and they were right. It was exactly a 5.8. So then she came back in like hours and hours later, and she's like, okay, we're just gonna go ahead and then, you know, she's like, it's up to you what you want to do. Do you want to get induced or do you just want to go home? And I'm like, what would I be going home for? Like, because it's obvious. Kaylani, come up here. Come up here. Yeah, I can see you. But it's obvious that you know, if I go home, I'm not gonna go into labor on my own. I've been at a 3, you know, for the longest, and I'm not dilating past the 3. I'm just only like, oh, I thought she was getting off the bed. My only thing that's changing is my fluid is getting lower, so that's it, you know, and it's not thinning out enough for me to go into labor on my own, basically. So that's why I was getting upset, because I'm like, if I go home, I'm not going to go into labor on my own. You're still going to have to induce me, so why might as well do it today. So yeah, she's like, it's up to you. I was like, yeah, I want to stay. And she's like, okay, we're just trying to find you a bed, and we'll get you a bed, then we'll get you started on Pitocin. And I'm like, cha-ching, bitch. Excuse my language, but I'm like, cha-ching, like, thank you. Finally, somebody is listening to Renisha, because it's Renisha's baby that's going to come out Renisha. So listen to me and what I'm saying. Like, why are you trying to do things that you want to do? Like, anywho, so finally, like, they let me order food or whatever. That was great. And triage, I never ordered food in triage, so that was crazy. Like, I didn't think that could happen. But I ordered me 2 burgers, some fries, and like a milkshake, I think. First of all, the fries were disgusting. The burger was, it was okay. Kaylani, get up here. Get up here. Get on the bed. I can see you. But the fries were freaking disgusting. The burger was okay. It was kind of mushy, but you know, I was hungry. But I'm just so happy to let me eat, because you know, inducing labor takes a while, so you know, I don't want to be sitting there starving. But anyway, so then I finally get my room after I ate. Like, literally right after I ate, they were like, okay, your room is ready. And I'm like, this is going by so smooth. Like, God, I see you working. Get up here, Kaylani. Kaylani. If you think I'm playing, I'm not. I will stop this video. Anyway. And she was like, not she was like, why do I keep saying that when I come back to my thoughts? But okay, so finally I got my room, and I was eating my ice chips, and they had started my fluids. They started my Pitocin, and they started my drip bag, you know, just to make sure everything was flushing out good. And after that, they put on this, it was really, really cool, guys. They put on this Bluetooth speaker. So basically, not speaker, why did I say speaker? A Bluetooth baby monitor. So basically, like, you know how the ones that have the cords all on them, you can't get up and go pee or nothing. This one was Bluetooth, so I could go anywhere I wanted to go, like to the bathroom, to my, you know, to my bed. I could move around. You know, only thing is I had to take the big ass IV thing with me, but that was nothing. I've been used to doing that when I go to the hospital. And I was just so happy. The only thing that was wrong with it is it was freaking itchy. Like, the stuff that they have to use to make it stick, it's like sandpaper-ish, and it's like really, really itchy. So that was, yeah, that was annoying. But other than that, like, it was cool to have something like that. Okay, so pretty much, like, I'll say like about 3 hours into me being induced, I wasn't really feeling, I was feeling contractions, but they were not like something that you would be like, okay, I need either pain medicine, or I feel like, you know, it's almost going to be time to push. It was nothing like that. Like, the contractions felt like the contractions that I've been having. You know, the ones where I kept going to the hospital and they kept saying, oh, you're not in labor, blah, blah, blah. Get up here. Get up here. So I was like, okay, so these contractions aren't really doing anything. They were upping it like every half hour. I think, yeah, like every half hour they were upping it by 2. And when it got to about, I say about like an 8 or 9, I can't remember how much they were pumping in there. But when it got to like almost the highest dosage is when I started to feel the contractions get stronger, and I'm just like, oh crap. Like, and then my child's father had finally showed up, because I was there by myself for a while because he was at work and his job was being a stupid shit turd, and they would not let him leave early to come see his child be born. Like, I don't know why that would even be a thing, but they didn't want him to leave early for some fucking reason. And so they gave him a hard time or whatever. But anywho, that's beside the point. And finally he showed up, and that's when my contractions really started to kick in. When he had came, like I think about 20 minutes after he came, they broke my water, because they're like, okay, they were checking me, and they were like, you're still not they were like, you're still not thinned out enough, you know, or whatever. So, you know, he's still inside his sac or whatever, so we're gonna break your water. You guys, I was not numbed or anything at this point, so that hurt. It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad when they broke my water. It felt really disgusting. Like when she broke it, it felt like I literally was peeing and I had no control. And like y'all know how I feel when you're peeing on yourself and it's just coming out. Like that was, Kaylani, calm down. Like that was really disgusting or whatever. But anywho, he's sleeping so good. But yeah, so they broke my water, and pretty much literally like within moments after my water was broken, the contractions, sis. Those freaking contractions were on crack after they broke my water. And I was like, this is some BS, like, you know. So they broke my water, and then my contractions started to pick up, and that's when I finally started to dilate past the 3, and he finally started to come down more. Hi. So I lost my train of thought. I have to cut this off the video. But yeah, so they broke my water, and then after they broke it, that's when my contractions started. That's when I started to actually dilate. Kaylani, calm down. That's when I started to dilate, and then I was on the phone with my mom, and I was telling her like, oh, I'm only at a 6. They checked me after, you know, they broke my water. They're like, okay, you're still at a 6. You know, you're progressing, but it's not like as fast as we wanted, basically. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, y'all gotta give me time. Like, it's not gonna just happen how y'all want it to happen. Kaylani, stop. And I was on the phone with my mom, and I'm telling her like, oh, I'm only at a 6, girl. You know, it's gonna take a little bit more time. Kaylani. And she's like, okay, well, I'm about to take a shower and stuff and chill, because she had thought that I was pushing, because my child's father was, he woke up at an awkward time when they were putting my catheter and stuff in, so he thought that I was getting ready to push, but they're really putting my catheter and stuff in. And monitoring the baby's heart rate from inside of me, because they couldn't get it on the outside for some strange reason. I don't know, I was out of it. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I was out of it. I just wanted them to get him out. So, so he woke up and he thought that I was getting ready to push. And so he told my mom that. And when I got on the phone with her, she's like, I thought you were pushing. And I'm like, I'm only at 6 centimeters. I can't push at 6 centimeters. And she's like, I'm going to beat Corey up. Why did he tell me that? And I was just like, well, I don't know why he would tell you that. Like, it didn't click to me why he thought that. But literally, like, right after I said I was at a 6, his head went all the way down, and yeah, it was time to push. I was like, oh my God. I was like, tell him I have to push. Tell him, like, go get my nurse to tell him I have to push. And so he goes and tells them, and he's like, she needs to push or whatever. They come in like, you can't push until your doctor gets here. And I'm like, y'all got me fucked up. Like, oh, y'all got me so messed up. Like, he was literally like right there. Like, it didn't take nothing but 3 pushes to get him out, because that's how low he was. And they're like, hold it in until your doctor gets here. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm like, where's this woman at? I don't want to call out her name. But I'm like, where's this woman at? Like, I need the push. He's right here. And the pressure was horrendous. Like, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I got the epidural. So I didn't really feel pain. I more so felt a lot of pressure. And it was very uncomfortable. That's what made me, like, so antsy and irritated. Because I'm like, okay, he's in there. He needs to come out. Why are y'all making me wait? You know, so they're like, your doctor's almost here. She's coming from home. And I'm like, why wasn't she here? Why wasn't she prepped and ready to go? Like, you knew I was being induced. Why are you at home? Why are you at home, sis? But anyway, so finally they were like, okay, we'll just let you push, because we know that the urge is just too much. So one lady that was trained to do it started letting me start pushing. She let me like do like 3 or 4, like 3 pushes. And then she's like, okay, stop. I think she got his head out before my doctor came in. Yeah, she got his head out. And then my doctor comes in and she's like, okay, we're gonna finish pushing or whatever. I think that's how it went. I probably messed it up. I don't know. But I just remember my doctor coming in when I already started pushing. And she's like, you're doing so good. You're doing so good. And I'm like, girl, you ain't been here. How do you know? No, that's how I felt. Like, girl, you ain't even been here. Like, how you know I'm doing good? But she's like, you're doing so well, just keep going, just keep going. And I'm like, okay. Like, it was giving me so much motivation, because everybody around me was like, you're doing so well, like, just keep going. And I felt like I was doing bad, because I was shaking a lot and I was crying a lot, because I was on oxygen as well, because of his heart rate kept going down while I was having contractions. So they put me on oxygen, and I don't know, right when they told me I had to be on oxygen is when I started shaking, because I'm like, oh my God. Like, I watched so many labor and delivery videos, so I know that means the baby's heart rate is dropping. So I'm like, his heart rate's dropping. Oh my God, my nerves just kicked in. And I'm like, I gotta get him out. I gotta hurry up and get him out. Like, so my nerves started, and then too with the medicine, like, it just made me shake really bad. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I just want to get him out because his heart rate is low, and y'all telling me to stop pushing, and come on now, we gotta get this boy out. Like, what if something happens to him? Like, stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop acting like y'all just know what y'all doing and y'all don't. So, so his head pops out, and then everyone's just like, keep going, keep going, keep going, more pushes, more pushes. And so then I pushed, like, I think like 2 or 3 more times. Like 3 more big pushes, and then like his body just came out. And honestly, like, that was the weirdest sensation I've ever felt in my life. It felt like a whole, like, football or something just like popped out, like, with a bunch of water. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. And I was just like, ugh. And I just started crying so hard, because I'm just like, oh my God, he's finally out. Like, it felt like I've been waiting for him all my life to come out. Like, y'all don't even understand. Well, if you're a mom, you understand. The last few months of your pregnancy, it feels like they're never gonna come. Like, oh my God, can you just come on already? So all my emotions were just everywhere. I'm just like, oh my God, he's finally here. I did it. I pushed him out. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, it didn't hurt. You know, the contractions hurt, but pushing him out did not hurt at all. And what was I gonna say? Oh, I didn't tear either, you guys. Thank the Lord, I did not tear. No tears, no episiotomy, no nothing. Like, I didn't have to, like, with my daughter, I had an episiotomy because her head was big as hell. So they have to literally, like, if you don't know what episiotomy is, it's when they cut the part that connects your vagina and your butt, basically. They cut that part a little bit to stretch you open more. And yeah, it's as painful as it sounds. I didn't feel it when they were doing it, of course, because I have epidural with my daughter too. But after, afterwards, that shit burned. But you can't. Yeah, bring me one. I'm about to give you one so you can get out of my face. Y'all, she getting on my nerves. But anyway, let me see. I'm about to give you one. But yeah. So I didn't tear nothing. He came out. He was 6 pounds 9 ounces and 20.5 inches long. I don't know how big his head was. They didn't tell me how big his head was, but yeah. So he's a little chunky man, and he's also gonna be tall, I guess. I don't know, because he's taller than my daughter was. My daughter was 18.5 inches, but she just looks, she looked like a lot taller than that because she's, her legs are long. His legs are short. So I don't know. He probably will be short and just like short and fat, like me, just short and chunky. But yeah. And he was born at 1:30 on April 11th. I keep getting the date backwards. I keep wanting to say 11/4, but it's, you know, yeah, 4/11/18 he was born, and he came out so perfect, and he's still so perfect. And I'm just so happy that he's here. And my daughter is adjusting very well, because I know some people have been asking me how she adjusting. She's doing really good. She gets a little excited when he starts to cry or something. Like, if she hears him make a noise, she'll get excited and be like, ooh, I want to see you. Like, cause she thinks he's like a toy or something. So she's like, oh my God, let me see. So she tries to climb on him, like, or like pick him up and stuff like he's a toy. And I have to remind her, like, girl, no, this is a whole baby. Like, chill out. Chill out, sis. But yeah, she's adjusting to him good. She wants to give him kisses and cuddle with him and stuff, but I'm not comfortable with that yet because he's very, very tiny, and they can suffocate really easily. So I don't want her near him, because she doesn't know, like, oh, I'm suffocating him. So I don't, you know, I let her be near him when I'm holding him, so that way I can control, like, what happens. But I'm not about to let them sleep together by themselves. Hell no. Because I might wake up and he won't even be breathing. Hell no. Hell no. I wake up and she over there got his arms moving like a puppet. Like, you never know. These kids is crazy. But, yeah. That's pretty much it for my labor and delivery story. It really went very fast. Thank God. And I literally prayed the whole time I was in labor. You know, like, God, just please guide me through this process. You know, like, I had done it before, but I was still, you know, every labor and every situation is different. You know, like with her, I was already in labor when I came to the hospital. With him, they had to put me in labor. So it's a lot different. You know, my nerves were a lot different because everyone kept telling me like it's gonna hurt more, because you're getting induced and stuff. So I'm already like psyched up about the pain. I'm like, oh my god, when is it gonna start to hurt? I just wanted to get it over with already. So I just have to keep praying the whole time, like, because just because you've done it once or twice, maybe even if you have 4 kids, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be scared when you have another baby, because like I said, every situation, every baby is different. You know, you can die giving birth. So in the back of my head, that's always was in the back of my head. Even with my daughter, I thought about the fact that you could literally die giving birth. And you don't want to think about it because you're like, I don't want to die. But you have to think about things like that, like it could happen. So just be mindful and just pray. And just know that if you keep God close to you, you know, you can get through literally anything. Because that pain was fucking crazy. So you can, if you can get through that type of pain, you can get through anything. So just, you know, if you're a new mom or you're a mom to be, just know that the pain is worth it. You know, it's gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right, sis. You know, just breathe through it. I know everybody say breathe, but that's the best thing you can do. And if you need the epidural, get the epidural, child, because I got it and I don't regret it. It helped me get through my labor faster and easier. And I know if I didn't have my epidural, I probably would have been in there screaming and hollering trying to push him out. So I did what was best for me. So do what's best for you, and just know that God has you and you will be all right. But that's enough of my preaching, and I will show you guys him one more time before I go. Here is Mr. Marcell. Say hi, everybody. Say, my name is Marcell, and I'm so cute. I'm a little bitty man. Yeah, he ain't feeling up to it. He like, girl, bye, get me out that camera. But alright, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I educated you guys on something. And if you need advice or you have any questions, you can just, either you can message me on Facebook, you can comment, whatever, however, you know. I'm so awkward, but anyway, alright guys, see you in the next video. Bye.